Okay, I'm going to do the best I can on explaining how to put one of these together. So, the first thing that you've got here is this plastic tube. You want to thread the plastic tube into one of these two holes. I did it on the furthest hole because that way when you unfold it, it's going to have a lot more tension. And then you've got, they probably provided you with a piece of rope that's about 12 inches long. What you want to do with that rope is take each end of it and either light it with a lighter and make a little ball on the end of each side of it, or tie a knot, hit it with a hammer, pull it so that, because if you just tie a knot, it may not go into the tube. Hitting it with the lighter and shaping it, you can get it to go in the tube. I like the knot idea better, so I just kept on hit with a hammer, pulling it, and finally the end of this slid into the tube. And then what you can see is they give you a bunch of slip knots. So in my case, the knot is about right in here somewhere, and I've got probably 2 or 3 zip ties on there because they kept on slipping off. So tie a knot or burn a little mushroom bulb, slide it into this rubber, and then hit it with your slip knots. A better idea, slipped out, and I keep on calling these slip knots, I mean zip ties. A better idea is to maybe take a piece of copper or hard to bend thicker metal, and after you get the knot slipped into that tube, crimp that metal down onto that tube, because what happens is when this comes under tension, that knot tends to come flying out of that tube. So if you've got a piece, I didn't think of it until I was done, but if you've got a piece of wire that is, sometimes you see them in packing materials where they have a big box and they have that piece of metal that is crimped around plastic banding. It's real hard to bend. Maybe see if you can find you some of that and put it on the end where obviously the knot would be here, and then somewhere in here put that metal and crimp it down and then nip it off. And then this red twine they give you, I thought, what in the shit is that for? Believe it or not, it's for to wrap over the top of these zip ties to give them more strength so that they don't pop out. Then when you're all done, let me pause this. Oh, here's the thing too. To cock this gun, see what's going to happen is after you fire one of the pellets or BBs, whatever, some of them shoot arrows, this rope is going to slip all the way down to the end. So to cock it, you need to get it into that little fold right there. And let's see if I can hold this with my leg. All right. There you go. And then you're going to put, I think, where do the BBs go? The BBs go in this tube. Let's see. The BBs go in this tube at the top. Here we go. All those BBs will go in this thing, and let's see, right here. They're bigger than a BB, This right here, if I shot this at somebody, I guarantee you that it would go in through the skin, maybe even through skull. I've seen it on the internet where people use this and they've got it to go through skull. And then last but not least, a nice touch, they give you a nice scope. And you put you a battery in there and then get you a cardboard box and something like a blanket inside there to trap these when they enter so that you don't lose them all. And then you can sight this thing in just like a rifle. That's kind of a cool feature. Anyway, that's in a nutshell how to do it. This is just the tool to put this on. How to load these I haven't figured out yet, but that can't be that hard. I'm sure they just go into the end here. I know that they don't fall all out. I don't see how they would. Maybe they. I don't know. Hard to tell. Anyway, when this thing shoots, that is some major. Here, see how that rope? I told you that rope was going to slide all the way down. So now what you need to do is cock the gun back, slip that rope down and into that groove. You can see that 90-degree groove there. And then this is really hard to do one-handed. Nobody wants to see my feet, but there you go. Cocked again. And when you fire, I don't want to hit my banjo or my guitars. That is just massive. I don't know what I'm hearing. I'm hearing something over here when I shoot that. Anyway, that's my explanation. I hope it works out for you.